Will the SAG strike impact Critical Role, Dimension 20, and other big actual play shows?
No! God, please, no!
The Screen Actors Guild strike is upon us, leading to the prospect of an even bigger shutdown for Hollywood that could stretch weeks or even months. And while that definitely means that all the big fancy shows that we cover here on the character sheet will be impacted, it could also have some consequences for actual play shows that involve SAG actors. Not only does that include the cast members of Dimension 20 and Critical Role, but also other shows that involve SAG performers of some kind. There is a lot of them. Keep in mind that SAG actors can request a waiver to continue working on indie projects, so a stream that happens to have a SAG actor on staff or is run by a SAG actor isn't as likely to be impacted. For instance, it seems unlikely that Critical Role would announce and sell tickets for a massive show in London unless they were certain that it didn't constitute crossing the picket line. Of course, this may explain why Critical Role didn't immediately announce streaming plans for the show, and also why they aren't doing any live shows in the United States later this summer that would be more reasonably be able to be streamed in the coming weeks. As for the other streams, it's really hard to say how things will play out. Dropout, for instance, is a for-profit entity that pays the cast of Dimension 20 to appear on their show. So, the cast would certainly need a waiver if they want to appear on Dimension 20. But what about things like Worlds Beyond Numbers or Dungeons and Daddies, which feature SAG talent but are creator-owned? Would they be impacted? Would they go dark in solidarity with the strike, or would they just continue on because it's not a SAG project? However, we do know that some projects would definitely be impacted on some level. For instance, the Critical Role animated series. They weren't impacted by the Writers Guild strike because the writers for those shows actually belong to a different guild, but the cast can't record lines while the strike is ongoing. Plus, the IATSE has announced their solidarity with SAG, so even if Season 3 of The Legend of Vox Machina and Season 1 of the Mighty Nein have already been recorded, both of these shows would still be delayed unless work on both are actually complete. And obviously, we're not going to see any new scripted D&D shows or other shows based on actual play products come out anytime soon, and that's just a consequence of the already ongoing strikes. We'll see how long this strike lasts, but anything more than a few days could have major impacts on Hollywood, and keep in mind, Hollywood is already reeling from the impact of the writers' strike. Obviously, we're all about the workers in these conflicts, and we stand in solidarity with them, so hopefully the major studios will agree to terms soon.